Hello, wonderful students in THEO 101.
We are so excited that you are a part of this class. Welcome.
This is our course intro video. Sorry for the sound quality and so on. We are in the podcasting studio we've been using to create some of the course materials, and we're just finishing a long day of working on the class for you, and we want to make this intro video more informal to kind of get you acquainted with the class.
Yeah, we're going to introduce you to us
Yeah.
and to what you can expect in this course. This is a foundational course. A lot of people are taking it at the same time, and there are some moving parts that are maybe a little bit different than some of the other courses that you're taking, and so we just want to let you know how it will work.
This may be the most kind of like intense, involved course that you take with the most elements, but we think it's really organized and well put together, and we want to kind of explain how it's put together and how it's going to function. We should probably introduce ourselves.
Yeah. The first thing you need to know about us as teachers is we are your course directors, Dr. Doak.
Brian Doak.
Me, Dr. Leah Payne. But that's not all. We have an entire crew set up to help you. There are teaching professors, Dr. Doak and I, and then Dr. Sarita Edwards and Dr. Joseph Clare will be delivering really what we hope are really excellent lectures that you will get once a week.
Yep.
Yep.
We also have a kind of like an administrative instructor named Jonah Sanford. He's going to be answering a lot of your questions about, just various, nuts and bolts kind of stuff about the course. And also Insul Kang, who's kind of like our course pastor in a way, and she's going to work with us on a variety of issues, including any kind of disability accommodations that we're making this semester. So we're excited to introduce those other people to you, but for now, Dr. Payne, Dr. Doak, this is who's introducing the course to you.
Yes. Welcome to college.
What a great time to be in college.
This is...
Could it be better?
A distinct time.
Could it be a better time to be in college?
We are so excited that you're with us. We know that this is a really extraordinary time, and so we feel honored to be the people who are with you.
Totally.
On this very unusual start to college.
Totally. One thing we should probably make clear right off the bat, if it's not clear to you, is that this is a fully online course.
Yes.
Not all of your courses will be fully online, but this one actually is. We actually designed this class to be online starting many months ago and made this decision a long time ago for a very particular reason, because it's a huge class.
That's
and
right.
We knew that with just, let's just call it the situation that we're in, that this was going to be something that we would probably have to do because we wouldn't be able to get a big group in a room at the same time, regardless of whether we met face-to-face as a university or not. So that decision was made pretty early on, and so we've designed this course to be online and to make the most of that format.
So this course is called THEO 101, I Believe, and basically we are telling the story of Christian faith and belief from Genesis through to the 21st century. We're going to explore, just really skip a stone over centuries and centuries of humans in relationship with God, beginning with the Bible. The Bible is the fall. We're going to start with Genesis. We will end with Revelation this semester, the fall semester, so around Christmas time. And then the next semester, we'll pick up with the early church, and we'll go all the way through to now. So we're going to be talking about scripture, church history, theology, ethics even, and we're really excited, and we hope that by the end of the year, all of us together will have gained a deeper and fuller understanding of Christian scriptures and the story of the Christian church.
I feel so inspired right now. Even just hearing the course description, like I want to take the course.
Inspiring.
Like all these things that you felt, maybe some of you who come from a church background, you're like, I've read parts of the Bible. I don't know, maybe a couple of pioneers among you have read the whole Bible, but maybe not many. And it's like, we're going to really go through it, like plot point by plot point. We're not going to read the whole Bible. It's long and it might be hard to read that in a semester, but we are going to take you through a lot of the key moments, ask you to read a lot of scripture. We're doing that in the fall, and then the spring. Like, how did the Christian church become what it is today? Like, why are there so many different kinds of churches? Why are there so many denominations? What is a Catholic? What is a Protestant? Like, we're going to do all that up until the current time.
Yes, and so this course, the entry point for this course is anyone can enter at any point in time. So you may be someone who grew up in a particular version of the Christian church and went to private Christian high school, and you are just churched up, Or you may be somebody who has never experienced any part of the Christian story. You're all welcome, and there's something for everyone. This is a college course, so you can expect it to be challenging in every way, intellectually, spiritually, in every way. And also, we want you to feel supported. So we know that this is like a big deal. Talking about this subject matter is a big deal. So we hope to both challenge you and help you as you journey through this really, really long and interesting and exciting set of stories.
Oh my gosh. And the course is in 2 parts. So the fall is just the first part. In order to fulfill the general education requirements you need for this course at Fox, you have to take the whole year. So you have to come do the fall and the spring, both of them together. THEO 101 and then THEO 102.
Because this course is online, it has its own distinct rhythms. So you don't necessarily need to come to class at a particular time. In fact, you don't at all. You don't need to come to class at a particular time. But there is a rhythm for engaging in the course. There are deadlines, things that need to be done by a particular point in time. So we just want to introduce the course rhythm to you. It might be a little bit overwhelming in the first couple of weeks, but trust us, by week 2, 3, y'all are going to be pros.
Give yourself permission to be a little bit freaked out, a little bit overwhelmed right away. That's okay. When I look at the course page, I feel a little overwhelmed. As you probably know if you're watching this video, we're hosting our course website, if you want to call it that, on a place called Foxtail. Foxtail is used all over the university to facilitate learning, and that's where our course is hosted. Everything you need for this course is linked from the Foxtail page itself, except for one book, which we'll talk about in a moment. But basically, if you found the Foxtail page and if you can look around, you're going to have some good headway into figuring out this course. You're going to have some freedom about when to do things within limits. And with that freedom will come a lot of responsibility to really get your act together, get your schedule together, get into a weekly rhythm of how you're going to complete the work. In fact, we even have on the Foxtail page a link, I think it's called Suggested Weekly Rhythm or something like that, that we made for you to kind of give you like a day-by-day breakdown, Monday through Friday, for how you can complete and succeed in the course every week.
Yes. So just so that you know, what we suggest, and we go into way more detail on the syllabus, but what we suggest is Monday through Wednesday, you watch a lecture video, you watch supplemental videos. We use some videos from a really cool organization called the Bible Project, and they're really informative and fun. You will be doing some reading. The first semester, you're going to read a ton of the Bible, and then you're going to listen to what we're calling it the I Need to Know podcast. So on Monday, you'll have a lecture available that covers a big, broad topic. Like the first week is the Bible, introduced by Dr. Brian Doak. And then we go into an in-depth discussion, kind of a deep dive into some particular aspect of that big lecture that we're talking about. Then you'll respond through a weekly quiz or some sort of like short essay. So you'll have a prompt every week. So Monday through Wednesday, that is your task.
We've worked really hard on these big kind of thematic lecture videos each week on our big words. So every week we'll feature a word. Like week 1, as Dr. Payne said, is Bible. Week 2 is creation. Week 3 is Exodus. So we have every week oriented around a big topic like that. And we have a lecture video from one of your teaching professors that's really going to get you into that. The quiz will really measure, we hope, whether it's a short essay or objective, and I think we might switch back and forth, but at least it starts with an objective quiz. It's going to measure like whether you've done that stuff. So you really need to actually watch the course videos. Woe to that student who thinks they can just jump to the quiz, kind of like you're doing online driver's ed school. Like, I can wing it.
It won't work that way.
You're not going to actually be able to wing it. You're going to really need to watch the materials, do the reading, take it in. And if you do that, we think you're going to succeed, actually.
We do. And then on Thursday and Friday, you get to do something we think is pretty fun. We're hosting what we're calling the Pop Culture Smackdown, where Dr. Doak and I will argue and debate over some critical question about the Christian scriptures or Christian belief and practice, and we'll use some item, a pop culture item, as our starting point. Something like it could be a TV show or a YouTube like viral hit, a tweet, a meme. it could be anything. We're going to have a robust and also respectful Christian debate. And then we are going to invite you to respond in very small groups. You're going to be split up into groups of about no more than 5.
Yeah, 4 or 5
students. So you'll actually really get to know each other in this course. And you're going to respond on a platform called Flipgrid, which allows you to respond via video. And it's really cool. And we're looking forward to you getting to know your fellow students in that way.
Yeah. We'll use the Flipgrid videos, and then some weeks we might throw in a written discussion forum, so you can just write it on Foxtail. So we'll give you a break from the video interactions that you'll have. But at no point in this course rhythm do we require anyone to be locked in on Zoom at the same time. There are no like set class times or class periods. This is work that you'll do. You could get a small group of your friends or whomever within the class and do your own rhythm, like get together, watch a video lecture together. If you're doing this from home, we know some students in the past have really enjoyed watching the videos with their parents or their family or their siblings and kind of made a weekly routine out of it. You could totally do that too. So there are a lot of ways to get through this material, but within these guideposts of the Wednesday quiz and then the small groups discussion on Thursday and Friday, that's kind of the rhythm you need to follow.
Yes, and you're free to work ahead if you would like. I actually kind of like to stick to the rhythm because it gives me an opportunity to like let big ideas kind of simmer in my brain. You can work ahead. It's very important not to be late though. Yeah. So make sure that you get all of your stuff in on time. We want everyone getting the full experience and also full credit for their work.
We have a document called the Syllabus. You may be at least vaguely aware that in college, professors get really intense about a syllabus.
We're weird about it.
We're a little weird about it, a little weird. Professors are into a syllabus because a syllabus is kind of like a contract that professors write out to say, here's how this course will work, here's how you succeed, here are the policies. Like students might have a question like, well, what if I'm absent for, some of class, or what if I'm traveling with my family?
There's a policy for that.
There's a policy for that. We have a policy for it. And so a lot of times students will email us emails and be like, what am I supposed to do if da-da-da? And we might just say, in a very polite tone, we just say, hey, thank you for that email. Would you please read the syllabus? So don't be surprised if you get that response from us. We have a lot of resources on our Foxtail page. And like I said, it totally might be a little overwhelming at first, but once you take a breath, you'll click around. You'll see that we have a lot of questions are answered because this is not our first rodeo with the class, and we know the kinds of things that people ask and the kind of information that you need to know.
We have a really steady and stable rhythm of the course, and so you'll get to know it. You'll get used to it. We do have a couple of things. We have a midterm exam toward the middle of the semester. And so there are a few things like that. So it's really important for you to check out the syllabus. Make sure that you have all of the information that you need to succeed. And we won't actually this is not a traditional course, but we may meet in person.
Yeah, I mean, we might announce periodic events for those who are on campus, small group discussions, Q&A sessions, just for fun things, I don't know, for anybody who wants it. None of those things, though, would be graded or required, but we may offer those because we know you're on campus, probably some of you at least are on campus, right, or a lot of you, and we're here on campus too. It's just that this course is online, so you should feel free to say hi to us and tell us who you are if you see us on campus. Presumably we'll all be behind our face coverings. I just keep my handkerchief on. I've just been doing this like Western streetwear thing.
Yeah, you sort of look like an Oklahoma cast member.
I've been doing it.
I've got my mask.
Because you never know when you're going to need to do it. And so anyway, if you see us, you can feel free to say hi. But we want to host some optional things for anybody who wants to kind of hang out with professors and maybe do some chatting. So look for those opportunities. They might not come up immediately, but we will have them, we think, as we go along. Dr. Payne, what if we end by giving just some random and sundry tips and advice for just like succeeding at college in general, or just like succeeding in this class? We've already mentioned some of these things, I think, but maybe we should just kind of end that way. Like how do you succeed?
Wow. Well, I think in general you succeed with humility and enthusiasm. You know, I think the key to doing well in any course is coming with an attitude like, I've got something to learn. I know that I learn every single time I teach a course. So everyone has something to learn. And an excitement about how what you learn is going to change you as a person. Because learning, we believe, is formational. It forms you into a specific kind of person. So be excited, be ready to learn. But I think there's some like practical things too.
Well, one thing that I was thinking of is, and this, I think this is going to be weird for a lot of students, especially if you're 17, 18, 19 years old. It's like, okay, so fact, I got my first email address when I was in college. We didn't even have smartphones. There was no social media. I got mine right
before I went to college. This is a whole new world.
Netflix didn't exist, I know, but y'all have had a very different experience with media. But here's something you should know about professors, and it's true in this class too. Professors are very serious about email. Email might not be your preferred mode of communication, but for professors with a class, especially a big class like THEO 101, we have to send emails out, and we expect that people will read them. Like you are on the hook for the information that we send you by email. And we need you to be responsive with that. And we need you to be professional in your emails as well. We get a lot of students who treat email kind of like texting with their friends. Like, I get email, hey dude, like no punctuation, doesn't even identify who you are. Like, if you send us an email, you might be like, dear Professor Payne, dear Dr. Payne, my name is, so-and-so, and I'm in the THEO 101 class. I'm so excited to learn. Here's what I want to know, da-da-da-da-da. Truly, yours truly, name. Like, that's how you write a letter, and we found that a lot of students increasingly want to abandon that format for like something like very kind of, I don't know, like super informal.
I think texty is the word.
Yeah, something kind of texty. I would keep your texty stuff texty in college with all professors, not just in this class. And I would make your emails kind of like more of a formal business letter where you take that opportunity to really become a professional and communicate in a more professional way. So that's a communication thing that I think would really help a lot of students get off on the right foot in every setting, right?
I think that's 100% right. And don't worry if you get it wrong the first time. I think it's always fun to practice and try, and we can give you feedback on that if you would like, but I think it never hurts. And also, I think whenever you're nervous about something in a class, one of the first things that students can tend to do if they're feeling a little anxious is tend to get a little angry about it. So I would suggest, if you're feeling really nervous or anxious about and you want to send an email right away, especially to a professor, give yourself like overnight or 24 hours.
Yeah, a waiting period.
A waiting period is usually wise. You won't regret that. So, yes, check your email.
That's good advice.
Respond professionally.
That's good advice for everybody.
Yeah, I tell myself that. I have to tell myself
good advice. That's good advice for professors.
Yeah.
Anytime
professors get in trouble with that.
If you find yourself like in this like rush, like
you
just
do it.
Give
yourself some time.
Just back off.
Yes.
Back off of that. You are not going to get anything you want by doing that, like in life or in this class.
Yes.
Oh, here's the thing about taking the class. I know students are very much like me, like really wedded to their phones.
Yes.
And you might be tempted, student, to try to sign into Foxtail on your phone and take the class. I would do it on a computer. If you have a laptop or a computer or a bigger screen that you can access material on, please access it that way. The Foxtail doesn't always, it works on mobile devices, but it gets so small. And it just, it's like we spent a lot of time with some of these. Now, granted, with the podcast, you can totally put the podcast on. You can subscribe.
You can listen anywhere.
You could take a walk. You can listen. And we've got 2 of those podcasts per week that are meant to be taken in like that. So no problem. But like when you're watching a video or when you're trying to do a group discussion or when you're trying to click something out, try to get off the phone and just get on a computer. It really slows you down in the right way. And it gives you a visual sense of what's going on that I think is a lot better. In other words, bottom line, you're going to see the features on the page as we intend them for you to see if you see it on a computer screen, not on your phone.
That's actually really good advice.
Yeah.
I think one thing that you need to keep in mind, and this is something for any class, don't be afraid to experiment and to try a little bit and to share a little bit of yourself in this course. We're putting you into really, really small groups because we want you to actually seriously engage with this material and with each other.
Right.
So we hope that along the way you learn something not just about like how the Bible was put together or what it means, but we also hope that you learn something about yourself and about your fellow students. So don't be afraid to try.
We're also, as Christians and as scholars, we're super excited for you to get into this story, the story of faith, to learn what it might mean to say, I believe in what. What do you believe in? We're going to give you a shot to explore this through the Christian Bible and through church history. We're excited to get to know you. We're excited to communicate with you. We know that you're entering college, probably a lot of you, in one of the strangest times in recent memory. And we're going to get through this, and we're going to do this together in this format. By the way, it may be the case, if you send us an email, you totally can communicate with us. Don't be offended if we pass your email along to Jonah Sanford or to Insel Kang or to another teaching staff member. We do that just in order to facilitate communication and make sure that people are answering things in an efficient way. But rest assured that we'd love to get to know you, to meet with you, at least at some point in your journey through George Fox, whether it's this semester or some other one. We'd love to say hi.
Yeah.
In person.
Welcome aboard.
Welcome.